In most real estate videos you watch, they sell you that dream, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you about.
I want the power on top of this tower. I'm just checking on my net worth. I come for what's ours. You just only want to check first. I come for what's ours. Yes, I come for your neck first.
Hey there, YouTube. Korbie and Nitiforo, getfinanciallyfree.com with another video to help you get out of the rat race. This is the first part of a video series, Real Estate Nightmares. In most real estate videos you watch, they sell you that dream, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you about. In this video, I got a bad appraisal. Why is that important? Well, if you go back and watch my other video on how to buy a rental property with no money out of pocket, you'll see why it's important. We use the BRRRR principle when it comes to investing. And that means you buy, you rehab, rent, and refinance. Now, the refinance part is the part that is very important when it comes to your appraisal. When you go to refinance your property, the bank is only going to lend you 75% of the after repair value of that property. So if your appraiser gives you a low value or lower after repair value, you're going to end up coming to the table with a lot of money. In this particular case, we had a property that we figured was going to come in at 150K. We purchased the property for 110K. So if you do the math, 75% of 150 is 112,500, meaning that the bank would have loaned us 112,500 to pay off the hard money lender. We wouldn't have had to come to the table with very much money at all. The appraiser actually came in at 120K. So the bank was only willing to lend us 90,000, meaning that we would have had to come to the table with at least 20,000 plus closing costs. We ultimately ended up taking this loan to a different bank altogether, and everything worked out fine. But how can you avoid getting a bad appraisal? Well, I teach my students this, and we have 3 things you need to do to make sure that you don't get a bad appraisal. The first thing is make sure you actually bring the scope of work, any repairs you did to the property and present that to the appraiser. You want to make sure that the appraiser knows that you've put some work into the property. Number 2, you need to make sure that you give the appraiser an idea of what you want the property to come in at. So if you have a property that you want to appraise for 150K, you have to meet the appraiser at the property and let him know that you wanted to appraise for about 150K. We're not twisting the appraiser's arm. We're just going in there and we're letting them know that we would like it to be 150 if the comps will allow. And number 3, you need to be prepared that even if you do steps 1 and 2 right, you still may end up getting a low appraisal. So if that happens, number 3 is you have a backup plan. We have several lenders on hand. So if one lender is telling us that they're only going to loan us this amount of money based on the appraisal, we can always take it to a second lender and we can get a new appraisal and we can start from scratch. So there you have it, my friends. That's how you avoid getting a low appraisal. Now, this is part 1 of the video series, Real Estate Nightmares. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Until next time.
Yeah, tastes like